Hi guys, Lisa again. This time I'm actually talking about my weight loss journey and what program I'm doing, how it's going for me, and I'm going to talk about my journal a little bit. Um, I have been overweight all my life. As long as I can remember. I remember being teased in school about my weight. It gave me very low self-esteem, and I've tried different diets. I've tried all the fad diets. I've tried Weight Watchers, and I have been successful on Weight Watchers. But then, something would happen. I wouldn't have the money to go to the meetings or whatever. So I would stop paying. And now, if you don't want to go to the meetings and you just want to do it online, you can get the app, but you have to pay $20 a month for the fee. And $20 a month to lose weight is a lot of money. Weight is an issue. Weight is a medical issue. It's not just an emotional issue. It's very much an emotional issue, but it is very much a disease. Being overweight is a disease, and some people have no control over it. Some people have issues with their thyroid. I do not. I basically have an addiction. I have an addiction to sugar and sweets, and I've struggled all my life. And the way my parents, mainly my dad, showed love was to bring home treats every afternoon after he, when he came home from work. He'd call me, or he'd just show up with, something sweet. And of course I ate it because I loved it. It was good. And unfortunately that's where my addiction started. Now, am I blaming my father? I'm not. Absolutely not in any way blaming either of my parents. I am a grown woman, and this weight issue is now mine 100%. Did I have the best role models and selection of food at home? Probably not. But, at some point I did have a voice, and I could have said, can we have some more fruits in the house? Or can we have whatever instead of whatever? So I own this 100%. This is my issue. And like I said, I've tried Weight Watchers and have been successful. That's really the only diet plan that I've tried out there that has a brand name on it. I haven't tried Nutrisystem or any of those, or Jenny Craig. Excuse me. Because for me, those weren't gonna work. First of all, you have to buy the meals, and second of all, it's pre-packaged meals that just weren't appealing to me. If I'm gonna eat fresh foods and eat right, I want to be the one preparing it. I want to know what's going into it. I don't want chemicals and preservatives and yada yada yada, although I know what I'm about to show you has all that stuff in it. But the program I am on now is through the hospital. It is a medical weight loss, weight management program, actually. And I am on the path to possibly do the bariatric surgery. I do not know if I'm doing it yet. I am getting the testing done, so when it comes time, if I decide I'm doing it, all the tests are done, and I don't have to worry about, going through the process, because it is a very long process to get the bariatric surgery. There are classes you have to go to, nutrition classes. You have to see a nutrition psychiatrist, and not just once, multiple times. I saw one just this past week, and I have to see her again next month. And I have had one nutrition class so far. There's actually 6 of them that you have to go to with this program. And, excuse me, it's a lot. There's blood tests you have to have done. I'm going for an x-ray and a ultrasound next week. So there are a lot of tests that you have to do. There's a long process, and they make sure that you're ready for it. They make sure that you are going to succeed if you get this surgery done. Like I said, I have not made the decision to do it yet. I don't know if I'm doing it. It's just I'm going through all of the tests to make sure when I come to that point of making that decision as to whether I want to do it, I have everything done. So if I do want to do it, I can schedule it and have it done. What I'm doing right now is not something that I think I can stay on for a long period of time. I have been doing well. I have not been starving. There have been some times where I've been on the hungry side, but not to the point where I'm ready to rip someone's head out. In fact, I'm supposed to eat every 3 hours. I get up around 7-ish, between 7 and 7:30. So, and you don't eat before, you have to wait 2 hours once you get up to eat. So if I get up at 7, I'm supposed to eat, the first thing I'm supposed to eat is at 9 o'clock. First time I'm supposed to eat is at 9 o'clock. And then from there it's 12, and then the next meal is 3 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock I have my actual dinner. And today I was out doing errands. I went to several different Dollar Trees and Michael's and Five Below, and I just got very busy. I ate my 12 o'clock bar. I ate it around a little bit after 12. And yes, I said bar, and I'll explain all that to you later, or in a little while. I left the last Dollar Tree about 2:45, I think, maybe 20 minutes to 3. My next bar was at 3 o'clock. Now I had one with me, and I figured, oh, all right, I'll be home by the time, it's close enough to my 3 o'clock bar. So I'm not going to eat it now. I'll wait until I get home and, get all my stuff brought into the house and what have you. Well, I got busy, and I just filmed another video of my Dollar Tree hauls. And sitting here in front of me is my 3 o'clock bar. It is now 5 o'clock. I have not finished this. I am a little bit hungry. I should be eating this. I should have eaten this 2 hours ago, but I haven't. Shame on me. But the program that I am doing is mostly bars. It's very low carb, with the exception of the carbohydrates that are in the bars themselves. Like I said, this program is at the local hospital that I go to, and it is run by doctors, and he has a very high success rate. I was very hesitant. My doctor, my PCP, had suggested it to me several times, and I said, I just don't think I can do the, just eat bars or drink shakes or whatever. I just don't think I can do it. But then I had to give up Weight Watchers because $20 a month was getting too expensive, and both my significant other and I are not working right now. We've actually both applied for disability, which is a totally other story. But so $20 a month just didn't seem right to me. And you can't use the app if you're not paying the $20 a month. So I had to give it up. And yes, I know the system, and I probably could have continued it, but I had gotten a pretty nasty health diagnosis that kind of sent me off the wagon, and I started eating poorly and got kind of in a funk and in a depression. And So I gained a lot of the weight back that I had actually lost from Weight Watchers, and I was feeling really good about myself. You know, I was getting many compliments at work when I was working, and I was feeling great. Never had more energy than I did then. But unfortunately, life happens, and just like an alcoholic who falls off the wagon, a foodaholic falls off the wagon, and it's not fun. It's a roller coaster, and I know it's not healthy to lose weight and gain it back, and lose weight and gain it back. So I'm really hoping that this program is actually going to work for me, and I'm going to lose weight and keep it off this time. That's why I'm seriously considering the surgery, because I'm hoping, and there's no guarantee. There is no guarantee that I will not gain weight back or gain all the weight back after the surgery. But if I'm gonna put my body through that surgery, I'm really hoping that I will be more determined to keep the weight off and do what I'm supposed to do and stick to what I'm supposed to do. So the program is, you take what time you get up, you wait 2 hours before you eat. I drink my coffee as soon as I get up in the morning. You are not supposed to have anything like cream or anything like that in it. You can put 1% milk in it. Not happening, sorry. I love my coffee. I love my coffee with cream or something in it. I used to put a lot of sugar in it. I have cut the sugar out of my coffee completely. I had bought stevia, didn't really care for the taste that it gave my coffee. Once in a while I'll put some in, just, you know, for something different. But I am using Coffee Mate Original. I'm not getting the fat-free one. That's another thing that you need to control, is your fat intake. I'm not getting the fat-free one, but it is 20 calories per tablespoon, 1 gram of fat. If that is the worst thing I do as far as cheating, I'm happy. Now, granted, I am not following 100% what the doctor told me to, but there's got to be some leeway in my eyes. And maybe when I talk to her about this, she's going to say, no, 1% milk and that's it. And if she does, then I will give it up. But I like my coffee, and I like it with more substance than just 1% milk. So 7 o'clock I get up, I have my coffee, I do whatever. 9 o'clock comes around, I have my first meal, and my meals are bars. They're protein bars. They have to have 15 grams of protein at minimum and be between 170 and 210 calories. So they sell the bars at the hospital. They sell bars that are their bars, developed, I believe, by them, or he helped to develop them. But they're a lot more expensive, and I'm not able to use my assistance to pay for them. So I do not get their bars. Their bars are supposed to sustain you even longer than these bars do that I'm buying from the regular grocery store, because it's supposed to be a meal replacement bar. But I seem to be doing okay with the bars that I'm using. I just showed you the pure protein. This is the chocolate salted caramel. It has 19 grams of protein, 200 calories, only 3 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of total fat. The problem I find with these, for me at least, I love them. They taste great. They're easy to eat. They have no fiber, or very little fiber in them. And if I'm eating a lot of protein, I kind of need some fiber to go along with that. So I do get these quite frequently. I buy them all the time, and this is one of my main bars that I use. And this is actually what I just showed you that I'm supposed to be eating, or is supposed to have eaten 2 hours ago. So I use the Pure Protein, and I like those a lot. They're very tasty. They satisfy my cravings. I don't have any cravings for chocolate or sweets or anything like that. I'm really surprised that I don't. My biggest problem that I've had so far is my significant other and I went to the movies last weekend, and I really thought I was going to have an issue with the smell of the popcorn. I thought it was going to bother me to no end. It didn't bother me at all. I had no desire for popcorn. And my significant other actually asked me, do you mind if I get popcorn? Is it going to bother you if I sit there and eat it? I said, no, it's fine. Go ahead, get it. Well, he didn't get popcorn. He ended up getting a hot dog, which is fine, whatever. Not missing that at all. And pretzel bites. That is what killed me. I did not eat any, but it was torture sitting there watching him eat them. I did have one of my bars with me because when we were at the movie, it was going to be time for my bar. So I did eat that, and it was fine, but it was a struggle because pretzels are like, soft pretzels are, I love them. You know, you get that chewy bite that's salty and a little bit of sweet and buttery. It was tough to not have any, and I didn't even smell them. There wasn't even a smell that I thought was coming from them. It was just, they looked really good, and it was tough. But that is the biggest issue I've had, is with those pretzel bites. And I trudged through it. I did not eat them. So these seem to be curing my cravings, or curbing my cravings, excuse me, for the chocolate and the bread and whatever, because there's no starch, there's no carbs except for what are in these bars. You don't eat any carbs at your real meal. It is vegetables and protein, and a lot of protein and a lot of vegetables. I also have been using the Quest bars, and I like these. These are very, very chewy. What I tend to do with these is cut them up into tiny pieces, and then that way it takes me a little bit longer to eat them. It's supposed to take 20 minutes, no less than 20 minutes, to eat a bar or a meal, whatever you're eating. And actually, they call these meals. These are not snacks or anything. They are your meals. So it's supposed to take you a minimum of 20 minutes to eat each meal. So cutting these up into smaller pieces really helps do that. This is the Mint Chocolate Chunk Protein Bar from Quest Bars. And it's got 20 grams of protein, 200 calories, and 16 grams of fiber. That's why I like these, is because they've got much more fiber than the Pure Protein bars do. So I have been trying to buy these a little bit more. These are more expensive by, I guess, these are about, at Walmart, these run about $7.44 for a box. The only problem is you only get 4 in a box. Whereas these are like $6 something, almost $7, and you get 6 in a box. So I kind of alternate back and forth. I'll buy, you know, maybe 1 box of the Quest bars and 1 box of the Pure Protein bars, just so I'm saving a little bit of money and not spending too much. Because you go through a lot of them. You're eating 3 bars a day, so 3 bars times 7 is 21 bars. It's a lot of bars. Now, granted, I'm not eating a meal, so I'm not spending money on cereal or milk or bread or, you know, whatever else I would be eating at lunch and breakfast. And I'm also not spending money on all the junk that I used to buy. I could haul $10 worth of crap, and pardon my French, but that's literally what it is. It's, you know, chocolate and chips and cookies and cakes and whatever. And I can buy a box of these for less than $10. And this is a meal for me instead of just a snack. And I would make myself sick at night. I would make myself, I'd eat so much junk that I'd feel nauseous and disgusting. And it wasn't just a mental disgusting, it was I physically was sick because I had eaten so much junk. And it was not good for my body. And now that I've had the diagnosis of the disease that I have, which is, get ready for this one, ankylosing spondylitis. It's an inflammatory arthritis of the back, and it's also an autoimmune disease. So eating all that sugar and carbs and everything really bumps up your inflammation. I will be actually very interested and curious to see what my C-reactive protein is when I go get my blood test done next before I see my rheumatologist, because the C-reactive protein is an indicator of inflammation, and the higher the number, the more inflammation there is in your body. So I will be curious to see what that number is, if it's gone down at all since I've been on this program. Today I just picked up 2 Atkins meal replacement bars, 2 boxes of them. I have not had these before. This is not something that was on the list of protein bars that you could buy, but they did give you the guidelines as to what the calories needed to be and what the protein needed to be. These have 200 calories, 10 grams of fat. That's actually pretty high. 10 grams of fiber, which I'm happy with that, and 15 grams of protein. And these are the almond coconut bar. And it looks like it's going to be another, kind of chewy type of bar, which is good. I like the chewy. It takes me longer to eat it. It makes me feel like I'm eating something. And actually my jaw gets a little sore from chewing it. And this bar is the chocolate peanut butter pretzel bar. This one looks like it's a little bit more crunchy than the other one. This one has 210 calories, which is the maximum calories that the bar can have. Again, 10 grams of fat, that's kind of high, but they don't tell you to check the fat. They tell you just keep it within the range for the calories and make sure it's got at least 15 grams of protein and everything else balance itself out. I'm hoping they're right. So 10 grams of fat, 6 grams of fiber, so not as high as the other ones, and 16 grams of protein. Plus it's got a bunch of added vitamins and minerals and stuff. So yeah, that's what I got for today for bars, for, a few days at least. And let's get on to my journal. Now, I was told that I did not have to keep a journal. I was told it wasn't necessary to log what I was eating, just stay within the guidelines. And there is a long list of do's and don'ts as far as foods. At 7 o'clock, I have my real meal of the day, what I call my real meal, which is actual food. I have to cook it, and you're supposed to have 3 colorful vegetables. Vegetables of 3 different colors in every meal. And that's supposed to take up the majority of your plate. And then you're supposed to have, I think it's 6 ounces of protein. Either chicken, turkey, a low fat or a lean beef. Let's see what else was on the list. Fish, shellfish. Trying to think. I think that was it. Even the veggie list is actually pretty short. There are a lot of vegetables that you cannot have. You cannot eat winter squash. You can't eat beets. No potatoes, no sweet potato, no corn, no peas. I think that was it. But you can have mixed greens. You can have dark leafy greens, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots. I was surprised you can have carrots and parsnips. because she said absolutely no root vegetables, but yet carrots and parsnips are root vegetables. Excuse me, I just need to adjust. I'm losing feeling in my leg. So it's surprising you could have carrots and parsley and not, any other root vegetables. What else? You could have jicama. And for those of you who are not familiar with jicama, it is I believe it's a Spanish vegetable. No, it's a Spanish vegetable, I believe. But it's very crisp. It's kind of got the texture and a little bit of the taste of a raw potato. But it's also got a sweetness. There's a little bit of apple sweetness to it. I love it. It's nice, especially in the summer, for a crisp vegetable. Just to cut up into, like sticks and eat it. So anyway, I will go into more detail onto what is available and what is not, what's allowed and what's not allowed for food. But I wanted to get into my journal for a little bit. Sorry, my battery is apparently dying on me. Like I said, I was told I did not have to keep a journal, but I am the type of person that needs to write things down. I kind of need to plan ahead a little bit. Obviously with the bars, it's just a matter of grab a bar and go. But with the meals, I kind of need to plan ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to get off track and I'm going to just grab something at the grocery store. I almost did that one night. I hadn't planned my meal for that night. My significant other wasn't going to be home. I went to the grocery store and I just kept going up and down the meat aisle and couldn't figure out what I wanted. I just didn't know what I wanted, and I almost grabbed something that was not going to be good. I don't even remember what I was thinking about getting now. But it was not going to be healthy, and it was not going to be on the program. So I came very close to having a oops. I didn't, but I came very close to it. I think I just came home and did, like an omelet or something. So back to my journal. This is my journal. It was just a simple, well, I won't say simple composition book. It was a fancy composition book. This was already on it. Have a happy heart. And I thought that was a pretty appropriate saying for a weight loss journal. I added this detail, which it's a little glittery. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. But it's actually something that I cut out from a card. And then I added this, and this is just fancy duct tape from Dollar Tree. I didn't want the plain, boring gray border that was there, so I added that onto it. And this I also added. This is a headband. I just cut some slits in the back of the journal and cut the headband in half. Glued the headband there, and I have my closure for my journal. Now, and I also put this pocket, which is just a pencil case. I put that in there so I had a place to put pens and stuff and markers and a few stickers. This is my first page, and this is my weight loss page. Kind of made it into a game board, and I actually saw this from another YouTuber who did something very similar. Hers was a little bit nicer. But this is, each square is a pound, and every week I color in with a different marker the number of pounds I've lost. And then I'll go all the way around until I get to my goal, which is, according to the doctors at the weight loss clinic, 150 pounds. That's a lot of weight. That brings me down to 139. I've never been that weight. Not that I can remember, at least. And it's a scary number. It's really a scary number. I think 150 pounds is a lot of weight. Obviously, I'm carrying that weight, so it is a lot of weight. I do need to lose it. but I'm scared because that's a big number. That's a lot of weight to lose. And I am hoping I can do it. I'm trying to stay positive and trying to, keep going and do my best. Last week was a little bit of a discouraging week because I only lost 1.4 pounds. And I was hoping it would be at least 2, if not more than that. The week before, which was my first week weighing for weight loss, it was 4.8 pounds, which was good. Again, I was hoping it would be a little bit more than that, being the first week on the program and not eating much at all, but it's a loss. And I have to be happy with that because I weigh less now than I did last week or the week before that. So I have to be happy with the loss, no matter how minuscule I think it is. My next page is inches lost. And I've got this lovely curvy woman here. That is not me, obviously. And I measured myself. I have the neck, chest, waist, hips, upper arm, forearm, thighs, calves, ankles, what size I was wearing when I started, and my weight when I started. Now, I measured my left arms and my left leg because I believe those seem to be the bigger ones. That seems to be the bigger side. I don't quite know why because I'm right-handed, but that seems to be what I find is the bigger side. So anyway, I have this, and it is just for now and the end of the journey. I don't know where. I think I'm probably going to measure myself once a month. Every week is too much, but I think I'll probably measure myself once a month because there will be times that I don't lose weight, but I may have lost inches. So I want to keep track of that too. So I'm probably going to put that in the actual journal part, which I'm getting to eventually. And my next page is my rewards. For each 5 pounds that I lose, I'm giving myself a reward. Like today I got my hair cut. I've been at 5 pounds since last week, but I just got my hair cut today. When I hit 10 pounds, which hopefully will be this week, hopefully I'll go above 10 pounds, I want to get some inspirational stickers or journaling stickers for my journal. And then I haven't put anything in for 15 pounds yet because I really don't know what I want to do. Like I said, both my significant other and I are not working. So it's tough right now to say I'm going to spend money on myself. But I know I need to have those rewards and they can't be food rewards, obviously. But I know I need to have those rewards to feel good about what I'm doing and, help myself get through this journey. Let's see. The next few pages are my menu plan. Here is a group of recipes that I've already tried, and then on the next page in this pocket are recipes that I want to try. And I've actually gotten a lot of these recipes from the app called Tasty. You can put in certain criteria as to what you want the recipes to be, whether you want them to be vegetarian or I forget what the other categories are, but you can put in your own requirements as to what you want recipes to be, and you can come up with some pretty good ideas. So this is the first week, and I actually did plan what we were going to have every night for dinner, and I made that exact thing every night for dinner. Well, the following week, that didn't work so well. I had gotten into the habit to correct what we were going to eat, I had put these stickers on, but I stopped doing that. I'm not sure I'm going to keep this part of it up. I like this. I like having the recipes here and the tried and not tried. But this part of it, I want to plan. I really do. I want to plan the meals. I want to know day to day what we're having at dinner, because I need to make sure I have the stuff at home, or go to the grocery store and get it. And I also need to make sure I take the stuff out of the freezer so it's ready for the next day for dinner, which Tyler and I have a very bad habit of not doing. It's just hard to remember to do it. And I'm the main one that's cooking right now because I know what my criteria is, what I need to cook and how I need to cook, and he makes things way too spicy for me. So anyway, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work for me. I'm still going to try it, but I'm not sure how I'm going to make it work. I'm still working on that part of it. The next part of my journal is actually my journal. What I'm writing in, what I'm eating. This pocket here has my weekly menus, or my weekly recipes. Weekly recipes. This is what I'm planning on making throughout the week. As you can see, it's already Saturday, and I still have 3 recipes in here that I haven't made. And I'm not even sure what I'm making for dinner. I know I'm making chicken because I did take that out of the freezer, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. Excuse me 1 second. And of course, I'm going to choke now. But this is kind of the first page, and I tried to keep it very, very positive. Love this day. You are capable of amazing things. Believe in you. I believe in you. And yes, that's saying that to me. I believe in me. I believe I can do this and lose the weight and keep it off. Excuse me. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. And that is such a big deal. I just think that is, if you can keep that in your mind, you can do anything. Motivation is what gets you going, but habit really is what keeps you going. They say it takes 30 days to form a habit or break a habit. 30 days, 1 month. If I can stick with this for 1 month and form a habit of doing this and keeping going and get out of the habit of eating the junk food and everything, which so far I've been great. I haven't had anything I wasn't supposed to eat on this program. So I'm very proud of myself about that. The next thing, it just says being loved, that little tiny arrow there. And this says, actually, I can. And that's a big thing for me too. I need to know that I can. I need to know that I can do it. So this is the first day of my program. And this is just washi tape up here. So it was Monday, January 1st of 2018. That was my weight, 289 pounds. And this is how I started it. I changed things up on the next page, I think, or maybe even the page after. But it says 7 a.m. Got up, had coffee, and I can't read it backwards, sorry. Oh no, had candy cane lane tea with Truvia. I was trying to avoid doing the coffee because I know how I like my coffee. I like it very sweet and with cream. So I decided to do the candy cane lane tea, which is a seasonal tea that Celestial Seasons makes, and it's delicious. I liked it, but it wasn't my coffee. It did not satisfy me like the coffee does. So that changed. I went to the coffee the next day. 9 a.m. breakfast was a pure protein salted caramel bar, and I just put the calories in the protein down, the grams of protein down, just to help me kind of keep track of how many they are, how many calories they are, how much protein it is, and what I'm eating. because I really do think that keeping track of what you're putting in your body and in your mouth is a big part of weight loss. You need to know what you're eating and, okay, this week I had this. All right, well, I didn't lose so much. Maybe I need to eliminate that from this program and try something else. So that's why I'm writing this down, even though they told me at the program that I didn't need to do a journal. For me, this is a big deal. This is really what helps me get through. And for dinner, we had garlic broccoli shrimp stir fry, and I had a pear for fruit. The fruit on this is super limited. There are 5 fruits, I think, that you can eat. Well, there's more than that, but you can have apples, pears, kiwi, or berries. Any berries like raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. But that's it. That's all you get for fruit. You can't have anything else. You can't have bananas or anything like that. They're too high in carbs and sugar, which kind of disappointed me because I love fruit, and for me, fruit can be my dessert. Fruit can be my my satisfaction after a meal, because that's when I need my chocolate or my junk food is after a meal. I need that something sweet. So I also do try and get in the habit when I'm on a weight loss program of chewing gum. And we can do that. You can have sugar-free gum. Because it puts that, and I don't do fruity gum, I do minty gum, because it puts that minty taste in my mouth, and then other things don't taste as good. So that's one of my hacks that I try and do. I actually haven't been chewing a lot of gum lately, and I think a lot of it has to do with the bars. They're chocolate. They're satisfying to me. Now, she did tell me you're supposed to eat every 3 hours. So she's got me eating at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then my dinner is at 7. And I don't usually go to bed until around 11:30 after the 11 o'clock news. So she did say that I could, if I was hungry, eat a bar at 9 o'clock, but I can't eat anything within 2 hours of going to bed. I have to be done eating by, you're not supposed to eat 2 hours before you go to bed. So obviously I was very hungry at 11 o'clock, even though I had the bar at 9. I am no longer eating the bars at 9 o'clock. I think I only did that a couple of days, and I'm trying to avoid it just because I don't think it's a really good idea. So, yeah, I haven't had the bars. I did have one this 3rd day, but for the most part, I haven't been eating the bars at 9 o'clock. And sorry, I'm not really trying to ignore the camera. I just want to show you where I'm at. Today's Saturday. I haven't filled anything out yet, but I've been out running around all day and haven't had a chance to. But I do have my wrappers for every single bar that I ate, so I can put down what I ate, what flavor it was, what bar it was, and the calories and the calories and the protein. So just to give you an example of how I change things a little bit, trying to find a neater page here. There we go. Yeah, this one's good. Wednesday at 7 o'clock, I just put coffee. I didn't need to put that I got up. Obviously, if I'm drinking coffee, I got up. And then I stopped adding, breakfast or whatever. I just put 9 o'clock and what bar I ate, 12 o'clock in the bar, 3 o'clock in the bar, 7 o'clock and what the meal was. 9 o'clock I did have a bar then, and then 11 o'clock I went to bed. And I'm also trying to keep track of my water. Obviously, I only drank 6 8-ounce glasses that day. I should have had 8, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I try and keep this cup full, And this cup, I love this cup. It says "Believe in Yourself." I paid $2.50 for it at AC Moore a couple weeks ago, and I love it. I keep it upstairs and I keep water in it, or I actually have Mio in here just to add a little bit more flavoring. Not sure if that's a good thing or not, but I do it because sometimes you just want more than water. But anyway, for the most part, that's my journal. I do have one more page actually to show you, and unfortunately I'm a little disappointed in this one, but it's the exercise, and I don't have any exercise in here yet. The main reason I don't have exercise in there is because like I said before, my significant other and I are not working. We're both trying to get disability, and unfortunately money is slim right now. So I do have an application in for financial aid for the YMCA, and I can't just go join something like Planet Fitness. I know it's only, you know, $1 down or whatever, and $10 a month, which is a great price, and I like them. I've been there before, but this time around my disease has caused me to not be able to walk or do a lot very well. Standing is virtually impossible. Walking is even more impossible. So the woman that I spoke to at the program suggested that I do something in the pool. But, you know, a lot of the places that have pools are very expensive, and we just can't afford that right now. So I do have the application in for the YMCA to get financial aid there, and hopefully I get that and I can end up using their pool and doing their aqua programs, and hopefully get some exercise in, because that'll help me lose weight a lot. You know, I know you have to put out more than you're taking in, and calorie wise, and right now I'm sure I'm not doing that because I'm not getting any exercise, if any, very little. Just the walking I do in stores, and usually that's with a cart. Actually, that's always with a cart, because I just can't walk without some kind of support. But anyway, that's my weight loss program, and please comment down below if you have any suggestions for me, or if you want to know more about the program. I'll be glad to do another video with the details of it. It is definitely something that you can do on your own. You don't have to do it through through a hospital or anything. I am doing it through the hospital only because I need the extra motivation and the extra support with the therapy and everything like that. And I think having somebody to answer to other than myself helps me a lot. It makes me stay on track, because I know I get embarrassed if I, gain weight or whatever, and I have to tell somebody that, or, they find out through the scale or whatever. So that's my weight loss journey, and I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and hit the notification button if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. And actually, one more thing, sorry. I just want to give you what my total weight loss has been so far. It's in here somewhere, sorry. I just gotta find it. Total weight loss is 6.2 pounds so far in 2 weeks. Now, I don't think that's too bad. It's not as good as I'd like it to be, but I don't think it's horrible. It could certainly be worse. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So again, any comments, any advice down below, please give it to me. If you've been through the surgery and it was a good experience or a bad experience, please let me know. Like I said, I'm still waffling as to whether I'm going to do it. I always was negative about it, but I'm kind of at my wit's end and need to do something, especially now that I've got the diagnosis that I have. And I just want to get myself healthier and maybe a little bit more mobile than I am. So everyone have a sparkling night and weekend, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for listening and watching.